From my understanding this morning, we had a credible threat turned into the office, and we immediately involved the administrative team to review the threat and assembled our crisis plan response team. State police, village police were notified first, and state police were brought in as well. So within a matter of minutes, we had probably a dozen law enforcement people here to help secure the building, keep the students safe, investigate, and then do a thorough sweep of the building to make sure that we were bringing students back in coming days into an area that's been reviewed and is safe. And then at that time, we have a second group of people that were keeping students safe and running through the program that we follow to take them home and get them back in touch with their parents. So it is successful because we have many people that each have an assigned job and a function to do, and can do it to a high level of satisfaction, high level of accuracy. When we move students off campus, we want to take them to a secure location. So we used 6 to 7 bus trips that actually moved our students from this location to the community center, which had already been secured by state police officers and local police. And then we enabled parents and caregivers to meet with their children there and use our nurses, attendance clerks, guidance counselors to be able to verify identification so that we release children to appropriate safe adult. I would say that all of our staff truly know who our children are. So there's a very close connection to being able to identify a student and recognize parents and family members. They were able to go over to the community center ahead of time and set up tables and had established a pattern so that they understood children would come in, parents would come in. We knew where we were going to assemble them. We knew which door they were going to exit. The community center, the people at the community center, Mr. Spellman and Mr. Conklin were there ahead of time along with the mayor, just to get everything set up so that as our students came in bus loads, and buses hold typically 50 to 60 students depending on size, that we were capable of handling over 450 students in a short period of time. Did parents have to wait, or caregivers? Yes, and that's never a convenient situation, but we have to be able to guarantee that we're connecting children with the right family member. So right now, what we do after this event is concluded is we're going to spend the next couple of hours debriefing and indicate those areas that we felt we handled very well and identify those areas that we feel improvements can be made. At this point, that would be part of the debriefing, is what do we need to do to move forward in light of what happened. I've already had some really good suggestions from parents in terms of communication and how to keep them actively informed while the situation is ongoing. That's always a difficult task to achieve because this is a fluid situation, and while it's fluid, something that I may decide or comment on in minute 1, circumstances might change by minute 5, and that's where we just respond to what our trained staff are able to do to support us to take care of children. And the underlying concept that we always go back to or focus on is we will not compromise student safety. And if it takes 10 minutes longer for me to guarantee a child will be safe, then I'll apologize later for taking 10 minutes longer, but I've got a safe child with me. So that's something that's always the cornerstone of every decision made at this school, is student safety will not be compromised. And I add staff safety. They're a very important part. We make a family here, and every member of the family is equally important.